This is episode 18 of Talk Magic to Me for July 9th, 2014. Welcome everybody to Talk Magic to Me, the critical Disney discussion podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Danielle.
And I'm DJ JD. How's it hanging?
Oh, it's hanging pretty well. It's just because, it's just the two of us right now.
I know, what's going on?
Yeah, this is weird. Like, it's never been just Danielle and JD on the podcast.
No, this is a college first.
College first?
Yes.
Very nice.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird.
It will be weird.
Let's do it.
Oh, it will be weird. Trust me. We're gonna make it as awkward as possible.
That's right. Just for you guys.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah, so how was your July 4th, JD?
It was okay. Just went to Ocean City, hung out with some friends, got some pizza, some boardwalk pizza.
Ooh, yummy.
That is what you have to do. A couple of my friends of mine, they bought fried Oreos.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, that was interesting. In combination with the pizza, we were just like, you're gonna die.
Yes,
It's just what's gonna happen. Your lifespan is just going down.
Wait, did you try it at all, fried Oreos?
I didn't try it. No, I was just like, nah, I just don't wanna. I already ate like 3 slices of pizza at that point. I was like, nope, not risking it.
They sound horrifying.
They were saying they were pretty good, and I'm like, I bet you they are. And I would love to try one if they didn't fear death.
Yeah.
They would be great.
That's like, the fried Twinkies.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what about you? What did you do?
I went to Hershey Park.
That's right.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Did you eat a lot of chocolate?
Surprisingly, no. And
no.
Well, okay, here's the thing. My dad, he just lost I think about 40 pounds. So
wow.
My mom and I are trying to keep up with him, and first of all, the Chocolate World ride where they hand you a chocolate bar at the end?
Yeah.
They didn't even hand us a chocolate bar. They gave us these pomegranate things wrapped in chocolate, which are good.
trying to be health conscious.
Yeah,
at a Hershey Park.
Yeah, it's just okay. I mean, I like these, but I would have wanted a Hershey bar. But
that's funny.
It was still a lot of fun. Rode some rides.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. What was your favorite?
Storm Runner.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, that's like rock and roll roller coaster.
Yeah,
because it's
sort of
0 to 72, I think.
Yeah,
in 2 seconds.
That's right. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. We rode. I forget what it's called. It's a yellow ride. It's a yellow coaster. Shoot. Oh, I forget what it's called. Yeah, I don't know. But I can't
remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. And then Great Bear.
Yeah, Great Bear's fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. But I didn't get to ride the Fahrenheit ride this time around.
Oh.
But,
oh no.
Yeah, but that's okay. I just wasn't in the mood. I was like, I'm all coastered out. But, yeah, that's okay.
Alright, that's okay, yeah.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, we had fun 4th of July's. I'm sure once Eric comes on, he'll want to share his 4th of July weekend, because I'm sure he watched the hot dog eating contest.
Of course.
And went to his shore house.
There you go.
I can bet you on that. I'll bet money on that.
Alright. Will do.
So no Jen today, though. So no theme park corner. I mean, unless we have anything to add to that. I know.
Well, she doesn't like Pixar anyway, which isn't even a real thing, by the way.
Yeah, you know what?
What?
I just realized this is an episode where we can just totally trash this idea of hating on Pixar. What the heck?
It's not a real thing. You can't hate Pixar.
I know. I keep going through it in my head. I'm like, I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
At all.
Jen's gonna listen to this and be like, wow, thanks a lot, guys.
Right? Like, I'm sorry, but you asked for this.
Yeah.
This was coming.
Yeah, well, what can we say? I mean, Pixar is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah.
She'll have to explain that one to us in detail.
Maybe that'll be next episode with Cars.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no one likes Cars.
No,
so.
that's why I figured it could be next episode,
Yeah, that could work.
We'll see what happens.
Could work.
So why don't we move into our This Day in Disney History segment? Shall we?
Alright.
So today is July 9th when this episode releases. And in 1956 on this day, Tom Hanks was born.
Hooray!
Yay! Oh, I love that. He was
Yes.
Woody and
Of course.
Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks, which I guess I forgot about because when I read this, I was like, oh yeah, well, he's Woody. I love Woody.
Right.
And then I looked and I was like, oh, right, he was Walt Disney. Right.
Yeah, come on, man. That's more recent.
I know. I mean, I think of it, but I will always know him as Woody.
Right.
And then in 1982, you'll like this one, Walt Disney's Tron, one of the first films from a major studio to use computer graphics extensively, premieres. So that was cool.
Pretty awesome.
Which I've never seen that movie, so...
It's a slow one. It's very slow.
Oh, you
it's
think?
not the greatest. Yeah, it's not the greatest. It's just kind of... It was more of a test to see what, CG and that sort of stuff could do at that point.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't until the sequel where they're like, yeah, let's just go ham. Let's go for it.
I want to see both of them. But...
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
You should.
Yeah, I'll have to add that to my list along with Jurassic Park and...
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's even a thing.
Hey, well, okay, I will say I have seen Jurassic Park, it's just I don't remember it very much.
How is that a thing?
Well, like, all I remember, I told Jen this, and she doesn't seem to know what I'm talking about. So maybe it's Jurassic Park 2.
Okay.
But I remember I was at my friend's sleepover, and we kept rewinding this part where a Triceratops kept smashing on top of a car.
Huh.
And we kept screaming.
I don't remember that part either off the top of my head.
Maybe I'm going crazy. Like,
You might be going crazy. I don't know.
It wouldn't be the first time, so whatever. But
'Cause I would remember that part.
yeah,
Definitely would.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
So,
Maybe, I should ask the friend. I know one of my friends, I still keep in contact with one of them who was at the party,
Yeah.
so...
Alright, yeah, ask him.
Yeah, I will text her and ask her.
Let's figure that one out. I'm curious.
Yeah, because I remember we literally kept rewinding it and screaming, and her dad came down. He was all pissed off. Which I can't blame him.
But kids will be kids.
Exactly. We were having fun watching dinosaurs
Exactly.
roam the earth.
Dinosaurs are awesome.
They are. They are.
Exactly.
Land Before Time rocks. I won't deny that.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
And then my last little fact of the day is from 1989, and I picked this because it's so weird to me. It says in 1989, on this day, the Disney Channel premiere film Great Expectations, based on Charles Dickens' classic novel, debuts.
Huh.
I never knew that Disney did an adaptation.
No.
Yeah, and I can't imagine it being that good.
Of course not.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, wait, what?
That is very weird, to say the least.
Yeah, so you learn something new every day.
A little bit of knowledge for you guys.
Indeed. Maybe I'll try to find that on YouTube.
Yeah, see if you could hunt that one down, because I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they tackle that.
It's just like, oh.
Yeah. So, that's this day in Disney history. Yahoo!
Hooray!
So, as I said, no theme park corner, though. I guess, nah. I know the Incredibles, are in a parade, I think, aren't they?
They should be.
I feel like I'm envisioning a parade in my mind. But actually, they were. They were in a parade that, when I was at Disney, they were in a parade at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
I don't know which one. But they
That's what I'm
definitely
talking
were.
about.
Yeah. But as Jen says, she is sort of right about this. They're not featured. Pixar isn't as big as the other films, but you have to think, there's only, what, 13, 14 Pixar movies?
Something like that.
Yeah, so you can't really blame them, per se.
Yeah. It's not like... But it's like Toy Story. That should be everywhere.
I wish. Well, it kind of is, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of right.
Yeah. But, yeah, so why don't we move into our discussion now, shall we?
All right.
Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing how does the super gene pass from generation to generation. Eric will be discussing the music in Pixar movies, and JD will be discussing Iron Man 3 is The Incredibles.
Yes, it is.
So, why don't we start with your topic? 'Cause this is really fascinating to me.
All right, this is it's a quick one. It's not too in depth or anything, but it's basically all right. So in Iron Man 3, it starts off, with Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. He meets this other genius at this 1990s party. His name is Killian. I can't remember his first name. And he's like this really nerdy guy. He can hardly walk and stuff like that. He's on like crutches and whatnot. He's like, oh, Tony, I got this really good idea, this really interesting thing. You're really going to like it, blah, blah, blah. And Tony's like, oh, yeah. You're like, you got a good idea. All right, here's what you do. Meet me up on the roof at midnight. Around midnight, and we'll discuss the plan, and we'll see what's going on. And so he goes. Obviously, the guy goes up to the roof, and Tony's too busy doing other things, so he forgets about him, and he basically neglects him. And then later on in the movie, through all this stuff and what happens, the guy runs like this big old company, and he's basically a bad guy. He has like this super soldier formula and all this stuff. And so. And then as I was rewatching The Incredibles, I'm like, oh my god, this is kind of the same plot. In a way. Like, you have the guy who becomes evil. I forget his name.
Oh, Syndrome?
Yeah. He basically gets snubbed by Mr. Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And thereby turns evil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I was like, oh my god, it's literally the same plot.
Oh, that's so true. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, everything else around it is different, but that underlying thing, that main little plot point there, about the villain anyway.
Wow. That's a good connection.
Yeah, see?
It's interesting to see the connections between all the superhero movies.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's some common things, common tropes in there, as they are called.
Yes, very true. I've never seen the Iron Man movies, so...
You should.
Yeah?
All of them. Yes.
Are they that good?
1 is pretty great, 2 is okay, and 3 is pretty awesome too. 1 is the best.
Okay.
It's definitely the best.
Okay, but I definitely have to see 3 now because I basically have to watch them all.
Yeah, you do. You just gotta watch them all. Let's do it.
Okay. Very interesting. I'm trying to think off the top of my head other movies that do something similar, but nothing is coming to my brain.
I'm sure there's a few, but I don't know them, but I know they exist.
Yes, they do.
Have to.
Oh, what would it be? I don't know. My brain's fried right now. I want to say something intelligent, but I can't. But yeah, that's really interesting that you made that connection.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, very nice.
I try.
You try? Are you sure?
I do.
I'm not so sure.
Sometimes.
Okay. I'll deal with that. Yeah, sometimes I'll agree with that.
There you go.
Very nice.
That works.
Yeah, it was a small topic, but you know what? That's okay. Hopefully the listeners will go out and watch the 2 movies. Maybe can make a chart and a comparison list for us.
That's right.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. I can't say... I hope that I can say a bit more on my topic, but I'm not really that knowledgeable about it, so I'll do my best.
I'll help you where I can.
Oh, thank you. So, I don't know how I thought of this, but I randomly thought, how does the super gene pass on from generation to generation? Mm-hmm. Because we see Mr. Incredible with his super strength, and then Mrs. Incredible, or Elastigirl, with her stretchiness and all that. And then we have their kids, where one can run really fast, one can become invisible and create force fields, and the other is just, I don't even know what you would call him. I did see a word for him, I forget what it was, like a shapeshifter, I guess it would be.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he can shape into fire and creatures and stuff. That's the only thing I would really think of. But I was wondering how this works. Like, how does a kid who comes from a stretchy mother and a strong father become really fast? Like, how does that work? And I did some research on it, and apparently other people have questioned this as well. Mm-hmm. And so they kind of talked about it being like your when you can roll your tongue, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know, and how let's see, tongue rolling is a part of the dominant gene. Ah. So if it comes from your mother, the dominant gene. Oh, I'm so confused about genetics. I'm like,
genetics! How do they work?
You know, I was good at it, actually, in biology, like, when we did the charts thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but now I'm totally lost about it. But things like tongue rolling is a dominant trait. When people have a widow's peak on their forehead, that's a dominant trait. What else? It says thumbs like a hitchhiker is a recessive trait. And regular thumbs are the other way. But let me see if I can find actual stuff to support what I'm saying. Because I do have an article here. It's just confusing. Okay, actually, I remember what I was thinking. I was going to say that possibly, say the dominant trait obviously is the superpower, so both parents are going to pass it down. Perhaps then, I guess, the DNA inside this is different for every child.
That's what I would wager.
Yeah, so you get the super gene, but then you are gifted with a certain power.
Yes.
So then I wonder how that works. Like, what determines your power? And how did they know to name him Dash when they didn't know his power?
Look, there are some things you just don't question.
Okay.
This is one of these.
Yeah, I guess so.
When it comes to these things, you just don't ask. You just roll with it.
Well, it's true, but actually, the name Violet, let me look it up real quick, because her name does fit with her power.
Well, she's got, like, force fields and invisibility, right?
Yeah. People with this name have deep inner desire for love and compassion and want to work with others to achieve peace and harmony. People with this name tend to be idealistic, highly imaginative, intuitive, and spiritual. They seek after spiritual truth and often find it. They tend to be visionary and may inspire others. If they fail to develop their potential, they may become dreamers or misuse power. That's not the definition that I was talking about, but it does fit, I think, because of specifically talking about when they say they tend to be visionary. For that aspect. There's something else talking about Violet, where Violet, like, conceals things or something, and of course she could do that, becoming invisible. So that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
But yes. So that is my topic.
Alright,
yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Ain't bad at all.
You know, I wish I could expand on it more, but the thing is, you know, genetics.
Some things you just have to take as they are.
Yeah. I did try to watch a Crash Course video online. Have you heard of Crash Course?
Yes.
Yeah, I tried to watch a biology episode, but was like, you know, I don't even know where to start, so I just stopped. But,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
How are you there, Eric?
Good.
How was your 4th of July?
Good. Hot.
I made a bet with JD.
Okay.
On imaginary money. That you watched the hot dog eating contest.
I actually didn't.
What?
Whoa! Okay, here's the thing. I was all set, and it's usually on ESPN, and I went to ESPN at noon on 4th of July, and it's on ESPN News, which at the shore we don't get that channel.
Oh.
So I was going to, but I watched the replay of it whenever they did the replay of it.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, but you did go to shore. Yeah, I know. I lost it, but you know, I have a lot of imaginary money to spare.
All right, fair enough.
This is funny. This meme says, It's like Jeopardy, and it says this video game character is blue, collects rings, and goes fast. And the one contestant writes, and they have a picture that they wrote, who is Donkey Kong. And then the other contestant, who's this like really fat lady, wrote, who is Princess Zelda. Who's Princess Zordo.
Yeah,
that's really what it says.
Oh god.
It's so stupid.
It's the best. Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, it says Donkey Kong. It doesn't even say Donkey Kong.
Like, what?
I didn't even see that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this meme. I'm guessing you have, JD.
Oh yeah, I saw. I just couldn't stop.
It looks like is it like actually real?
I think so. Actually.
Because it's like an actual. It's not like somebody made like it's an actual picture of like what the person wrote.
Yeah.
It says Donkey Kong.
I think it is an actual Jeopardy thing.
Interesting.
Which makes it even worse.
Yes, it does. Oh god. Anyway, moving on from this hypocrisy. No, not hypocrisy.
Oh no, it's a hypocrisy, all right.
Okay, good. So Eric, we've already discussed some of the topics.
Oh, really?
But don't worry, it's okay.
Oh, nice.
We'll just mention them to you real quick. I mean, really, they're very self-explanatory. JD's topic was talking about the comparison of Iron Man 3 to The Incredibles and how the two films are very similar. Have you seen Iron Man 3?
No.
Okay. Have you seen any of them?
I think I saw the first one, but I forget it.
Okay. So now we both need to see Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked about how the super gene passes down from generation to generation. Mm-hmm. And we came to the conclusion that each parent has a dominant trait, and which is the superpower.
Oh, you're talking about like the science of it, like
yes,
if it's dominant or recessive or
yeah,
all that jazz that I don't understand. But let's move to your topic now because yours is a really cool topic.
Right.
Yes, go ahead.
So I wanted to talk about the music in this movie versus all the other Pixar movies, because as we know, that's what my thing is I'm a musician, I'm a music teacher, so that's what I would notice the most. The music in this Pixar movie is noticeably more brass heavy and more jazz oriented, and there's a lot more like trumpets and trombones in it. And I know that as a fact that all of the high trumpets that you hear playing in The Incredibles, ba-dum, bum, bum, be-da, da, and it goes really high. That's a trumpet player by the name of Wayne Bergeron, who's an extremely famous, probably the most famous lead high-note trumpet player alive in the world today. He's an LA studio musician, and he plays in all kinds of groups and stuff out there. If you look him up on YouTube, you can find all this stuff with him. He's just like a normal-looking guy that you would think is like an accountant.
That's Tom Bergeron's brother?
Tom Bergeron, I don't know, I'll look it up.
I'm just kidding.
Who's Tom Bergeron?
He's the host of AFV.
Probably not. Was he also the guy that did the Capitol 4th this weekend?
Oh.
Okay.
He was, yeah, that was him.
Okay.
So the music in this movie is a lot different than all of the other Pixar movies, for all the reasons that I just said. All the other movies are mostly, I know Randy Newman does all of the Toy Story movies, and also I think he did A Bug's Life too.
And Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Monsters Inc. too. Michael Giacchino, who did all of he does mostly of J.J. Abrams movies. He did the music for Up, I believe. And that was just that was more old-timey. That it was more old-timey. And all of the Toy Story and all of the other music that Randy Newman does really all sounds the same. All Randy Newman stuff sounds the same, let's be honest. Yeah. And it sounds very like Aaron Copland American-ish. But this music is a lot different. And I just wanted to discuss why it is that the subject of this movie made the music be so different than in any other movie, any other Pixar movie.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I would say that it probably has to do with something like if you look at like the old superhero movies and like just when you think of superheroes, maybe in terms of, like if you watch like old Superman cartoons and things like that, it has that very it has like that trumpet sound, like that very upbeat, hot. Like when you think superheroes, it's just kind of what comes to your mind in that sense,
right?
Just like da 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 da, like that's like super heroic type of music. So I think that's what they were going for. They were going back and doing that sort of thing. Right. That's what I imagine. That's what it sounds like. So I imagine that was some inspiration for them to do that, which makes sense.
Right. I think that a lot of it is more because a lot of it's spy oriented. Like when when they get on the island and they're Elastigirl goes on the bottom of that sort of tram car. It's this spy music that's happening in the background. Yeah, exactly, and it's really soft, and so I think that they took a lot from old spy movies, like you said, old superhero movies, and just this subject of this movie. They always say that they're trying to look at the world in a different way. Really, okay, they had toys and toys coming to life. What would the world look like from a toy's perspective? And a bug's life, okay, what would it look like from a bug's perspective? And okay, what does it look like from a fish's perspective? What does it look like from the sky? This one is humans, but it's just from like a different type of human. And it was something that, in a subject that had already been done before. And so this one was something that they could actually sort of go off of things that had already been written from beforehand.
Or, yeah, definitely James Bondy kind of feel.
Yeah.
And Austin Powers, I'm gonna say, even though it's a spin-off of James Bond. But, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the music in this movie a lot. Definitely different from what's Pixar has had before.
Yeah. I really like the music that plays during the montage of when things are getting all better for Mr. Incredible. I forget what that's called. That track is called something. Yeah. Like those were the glory days or something.
I forget what it's called. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I like that track the best too.
And also another topic, not really to do with the music, but another topic that I just kind of wanted to bring up was all of the superpowers of all of the, if you think of what they are for each of the members of the family. I saw an interview with the person, or with one of the guys that helped write the movie, and he was talking about how they gave all of the superpowers to each member of the family based on what they stereotypically did within the family unit. Like the little boy, okay, well, little boys are usually very hyper and hyperactive, and they're usually jumping out of their skin, which is why he could run really fast. Teenage girls sort of wanted to disappear and never have anybody see them. That's why the girl can disappear. The mom, that's why she can stretch everywhere, because moms stereotypically have to be a million places at once. And so I just thought that was really interesting when they didn't just give them random superpowers. Like, they had to do with the personality of the part of the family that they were in.
Which I'm just going to say right away, that is why Pixar is so awesome. That they would put so much thought into something so little.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that before.
Mm-hmm. Also, there was a part during the movie that I didn't notice this until I was a lot older, but the bad guy, it's when they shoot the missile off, and the bad guys are all, they're all like, they're watching the video of everybody running around, and they're like, every time somebody yells, we take a shot. Or they said something like that. I didn't notice that at all. It's like a 2-second clip that I didn't notice at all until a lot later. Wow, it was really funny, because the guy that says it sounds like really stupid.
Wow, very nice. Okay, anything else we want to talk about? No?
Both Iron Man 3 and The Incredibles, there is a African American sidekick.
Okay, very nice.
Cool. And they both have super suits.
Very nice, yeah. Another comparison, there you go.
Yep.
JD, I think you should make a chart. Why are you laughing, JD? You should do it. No, just kidding.
Alright, gosh. Get right on that.
Can we talk about the opening of Diagon Alley tomorrow?
It is. Oh.
It looked. I saw the special on the E channel. It looked exactly like it was the only thing that I've ever seen where it's like you're going into the movie, like the entire environment of everything. It was so detailed that it felt like you were in the movie. Like it got me so excited because you always, like as a kid, you always wanted to be inside of that, and you always wanted to be in that world. And here it really feels like you. Oh my god, that actually happened.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just because of how detailed it was. And just how they did it. And they took the Phelps twins and Bonnie Wright into it.
Yeah.
It was really
nice.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch that, but I didn't see it. I haven't seen it on their schedule list, so
yeah, it was on today. It was really, really cool. They have the whole ride in Gringotts and
was awesome.
There was something else. If you buy a wand, they have you can go up to the store windows and you can do certain and things will happen it's like you're doing magic.
Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Wow. They showed that. They took the Phelps twins into the I forget what it's called, the Weasley Wizard Wheezies or something. They took
Weasley,
them in there.
Wizard Weasley.
It looks exactly like the place in the movie. It's and then you can buy all the stuff and it's like being it was ridiculous.
So yeah, that ends our discussion. So now, let's do our zippity doodah moment. So, JD, why don't we start with you?
Alright, let's see. Zippity doodah moment. I'm gonna say it's the part where, I guess with Mrs. Incredible and they're all in the water after the plane crashes, after the plane blows up, and she brushes the hair out of Violet's face. It might not have been that, but they're they might be camping out at that point. Mm-hmm. And she just brushes the hair. And that's because at the time, when I watched the documentary about it, it took so long for them to just do that. Because they've never had to do that before when you think about it. Oh. In a CG movie, it took them just forever. That little motion, just that small little thing took them 1.5 million tries. So I was like, well, you guys got it right. So
that's really true. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, wow. You would never think that of all things would be the hardest thing they had to do in that film.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Eric?
This is going to seem pretty insignificant, but at the end during the track meet, I thought that was really funny. Go, slow down, no, speed up, slow down, no, speed up, okay, make it close. They wanted him to, win, but make it close so it doesn't look like you have power, because they didn't want him to be in... I remember at the beginning of the movie, they didn't want him to be in any sport at all, because they thought it would be too easy for him, so they're like, okay, make it close so that it doesn't look like anything too suspicious.
Grain composition.
Mm-hmm.
Bam!
Mine is kind of sad, but I still really love this part. It's when Mr. Incredible is trapped by Syndrome, and or Syndrome his name is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they find out that Mrs. Incredible is flying the plane, and they send the missiles toward her.
Mm-hmm.
And just that whole suspense part, when she's trying to get Violet to make the force field. I don't know why, but it always makes me tear up and makes me so scared for them. And I just love the suspense of it, and I don't know, I love it so much. It's such a good scene, I think.
It is very good.
Yeah.
So yes, those are zippity doo dah moments.
Oh, by the way, Gene Wallace, the voice of Rex from Toy Story, was Mr. Incredible's boss.
Yes, you're right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always knew I recognized that voice.
And he's this really small guy, and that was really funny because he was bossing him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I think about it. Yeah,
come on,
right.
Bob!
Yeah, when I think about
you can't give everybody that comes in here with a sob story. That was the exact same guy, yeah. He's the guy in Princess Diary, not Princess Diaries, The Princess Bride.
Yeah, I love that movie so much.
Yeah. He's the guy in that movie. That was before Toy Story or anything.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's time for our question of the week. So last week's question was brought to us by Jen, and she asked, this movie focuses on father-son relationships. What is your favorite Disney movie that takes the same approach? And I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to say Lion King.
Oh, yeah, that was my answer.
Yeah.
I was going to say Goofy movie.
Really?
Yeah, that's good too.
I haven't seen that. in a long time.
I used to rent that all the time when I was little. I love that movie. That's such a 90s movie. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
It's such a 90s...
Can I tell you real quick? That beginning scene where his teeth, like, grow and everything.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
That freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
It's really scary, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch the movie very much, to be honest. I was so freaked out by that.
Yeah, that freaks me out a lot, too.
Yeah. But yeah. I remember Extremely Goofy movie, too.
Yeah, that was one I remember the most.
Yeah. With the guy pouring cheese in his mouth.
Yeah.
That was from the first one.
Yeah.
The best guy.
Yeah. Yes. What was that guy's name?
I don't remember.
Ronnie or something?
Yeah, something 90s. Some 90s sounding.
Probably. So yes, that's our question from last week. Eric, do you have a question for us this week?
Yeah. If you could be a superhero, what would your superhero name be?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's this week's question. Really nice one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice, Eric. Thank you. That's his way of saying you are welcome.
I would imagine you're welcome. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's our episode. Sorry it's a little short today, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, I'm really tired. I have a massive headache, so
don't tell them that.
Sorry,
Danielle
I have to.
was at Hershey Park the other day, and she didn't take me with her.
Sorry.
Right. What's
I
that
wanted to
about?
take all of you guys. To be honest.
You say that now.
No, I do. Honestly, I would love to. That'd be fun if we all went.
Yeah, because you know that it's after the fact now.
Right.
Hey,
I would...
No, I would seriously love to, but Eric, you don't really like rides, do you?
No, but I like chocolate.
That evens it out.
Kinda. I would make Eric ride a ride.
I can't.
At least one.
I can't.
The Great Bear.
No.
It's like, hold up.
My mom rode the Great Bear.
Well, she gets a cookie.
Yeah, she does.
She gets a cookie.
Yeah, she gets a cookie.
Alright, I'm sorry. A Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. He's right.
Yeah, I guess I'm overtired from that, to be honest. I don't know. You can connect with us on our website, www.talkmagictome.com. That's the number 2. And you can see all our links to social media, the Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook on there. You can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Podomatic, and you can listen to all our past episodes on YouTube. And be sure to rate and review us on iTunes, because...
Oh boy.
When you wish upon 5 stars... all of your dreams come true. In the form of this podcast.
I don't understand what that means.
It means that when they rate us 5 stars, all their dreams will come true.
But in the form of this...
Yes, in the form of this podcast.
I don't get that.
Meaning they wish for the podcast, Eric. Let it go.
No.
God.
Man. That was pretty good.
And
got a point on that one.
No. Next week's episode, guys, is on our favorite Pixar movie. Ready? Cars.
Oh, God.
No.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Wow.
Don't make me watch that.
Oh,
we will, Eric. We're making you.
It's happening.
I'm watching it.
Cars isn't nearly as bad as Cars 2, so...
Yeah, we'll prepare.
Yeah, the only thing worse than Cars is Cars 2.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
Do we have to watch Brave?
Yes, we do.
Oh, please.
Hey, that one's got bears in it, at least.
Yeah, I'm sure. I kind of think that'll be better than Cars.
Oh, it will be. Easily. 3.
Okay, so that ends our episode. From all of us at Talk Magic to Me, I'm Danielle.
I'm Prince Eric.
And I'm DJ Jazzy Jeff JD, signing out.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.